there are different kinds of practicing. All practicing isn't the same. There's the technique practicing. There's the musicality practicing. I'm listing a few here. Sight reading. I'll tell you, I was saying to somebody over here before we started, I think, my personal opinion, I don't want to discourage anybody with this, but guitar is maybe the hardest reading instrument there is. And that's why 99% of the people who play guitar in the world don't read on it. It's hard. I mean, it's complicated. The same pitches in different places, and it's not this clear white and black stuff on the keyboard and that kind of stuff. It's really hard. And that needs to be worked at. So, and especially for amateurs, I think. I mean, isn't it nice you put some music in front of you and you can begin to play and it starts sounding like the music, rather than being a horrible chore to crack it in the beginning. Anybody relate to that? It's difficult. So if you can increase your skills in reading, it's a huge benefit that you will enjoy immensely. That's one thing. Musicality. I don't know how many times I've had someone take a lesson and they say, they're playing, I say, well, what are you doing with this musically? I say, well, I'm learning the notes. Well, when are you going to start the other thing? Well, I got to learn the notes. I said, wow. Well, I recommend musicality as early on as possible, like from the get-go. As you're starting to figure out the piece, discover what the piece is about, and you can incorporate that in. There's no reason, especially if you're practicing under tempo, which you should be in the beginning, that you can't be doing musical things early on and developing that. You can't just practice notes, and walk out on stage and play musically. It doesn't happen. Right? That takes practice too. How good at it? You are shaping a crescendo. How's your phrasing? Is it obvious? Where are you phrasing? Those things take practice. You know, the rallentando here. You know, how is that working for you? Take some practice. Try it out. Try some different ways with it. A little more easy near up. Whatever. That takes practice. Devote some time to that. Not just learn the notes. Put the two together. To me, almost the musicality kind of pull on the technique, but technique will not bring along with it musicality, I don't think. All you'll get is execution. I mean, if that's the case, we'll program computers to do it. They'll do a lot more perfectly than I will. Yeah. So there's the human aspect. Okay. Rhythm is tied for number one. Never shortchange rhythm or postpone rhythm. Another thing I hear. Oh, I'm just learning the notes. I'm just learning the notes. Never mind what rhythm they're in. Just getting the right pitches in the right order. That's incompetent. Well, no. Back up. Go really slowly. Have the rhythm right away. As early on as possible. Rhythm is integral to music. It's the top thing that, honestly, that people use when they recognize a tune. It's the rhythm of it, as much as the pitches. I guarantee you. That's the way that goes down.
Like, are there any CDs or DVD packages that are good for rhythm training?
Probably. There's a thing on the internet called Smart Music. Have you seen that? That probably deals a lot with that too. But personally, I think you can learn it. And I'm going to go into that later on. Well, let's do it now. The sight reading practice, the two main things. Rhythms, number one. Read with rhythm. Read the rhythm first, pitches second. Probably a few people aren't even believing me right now. Rhythm first, pitch second. Turn on a metronome and go very slowly and meet the beat. If you can do that, meet the beat, and do the right rhythm, you are on your way. You start to learn reading skills.
Would he even do the rhythm by itself initially? It's complicated.
You could, yeah. Sure. Perfectly good idea to do that. But rhythm is so important. Do not postpone rhythm. It's integral to the piece. You're starting, there's the thing of muscle memory, there's also a mental memory. You know, you're learning what this piece sounds like and putting the music inside of you. And without the rhythm, it isn't the music. It's just notes in a certain order. It's pitches. Nothing. Pitches aren't music. Rhythm is music, really, when you come down to me. Don't postpone musicality. Incorporate musicality as early on as possible. I think we've already kind of done that. Do postpone final tempo. That's the one thing. That's the icing on the cake. Don't play the final tempo until much later. Do everything very slowly. I think John Williams, speaking of him, used to use the term agonizingly slow. Very slowly, in rhythm, with the music you want, working on the spots, all this kind of stuff, with musicality, but postpone the final tempo. Then, once you've got everything's smooth and good, and you've got your plan, and your phrasing, and some musical ideas, then you start, and this is really the easy part to me, little by little creeping up the tempo, until you get to a place where you think that's where it should be. Okay? That's, to me, how it works. So, a few final things here. Sure, it's important how much you practice, but it's even more important how you practice. I've seen huge things. It's impossible. I mean, I've seen people practicing hours and hours a day going nowhere. And also, the flip of that, you can practice really well, and if it's 12 minutes, that could be enough. So you need both, but how you practice is really, really critical. And I don't know about you, but I mean, I want to get the most bang for my buck. You know, the most achievement per unit of time that I put in, because we're all busy people. We all have other aspects of our lives and so forth. Record yourself occasionally. Doesn't have to be, fancy. Doesn't have to be professional. I discovered this little attachment onto my iPod. So it's like this big. Fits on there. I can put it right in front of me, play it, hear it back, or put it in the computer and whatever. And it's actually pretty decent sound, considering it was like $13 to buy this little attachment, and it works great. But to me, one of the major lifetime goals is to hear yourself accurately. One of the reasons why you go to a teacher. The teacher's not playing and can devote their ears to listen accurately to what's going on, because if you think about it, the feat of playing, there's then that much less brain left over to hear what's actually coming out. So, especially if you're going toward a performance of some sort, I highly recommend doing that. And just even as an occasional thing, certainly not a daily thing, but a fairly regular occasional thing. Record yourself and see, well, am I really doing a crescendo there, or is it kind of in my head, my imagination? Because it can be. It's not as much as you think, often.